The stars outside the observation window moved slowly as the research ship Wanderer floated at the edge of a collapsing wormhole. Deep space was quiet except for the soft hum of the engines and the occasional beep from the control panels. Caleb stood near the window, his hand resting against the glass. He was a young engineer, always curious, always looking for something beyond the stars. Today he had no idea that something would find him instead. The alert came suddenly. A flashing light on the console blinked red. Unknown object detected, the computer voice said. Laura, the ship's communications specialist, turned from her station. It's coming from the wormhole's edge, she said. Captain Dalton ordered the object to be brought aboard. It was a small escape pod, barely holding together. Scorch marks lined the metal, and strange symbols glowed faintly on its sides. Alien, Caleb whispered. The crew gathered around as the pod door was slowly opened in the medical bay. Steam hissed. Out, and inside, curled and unconscious, was a young alien woman. Her skin was pale blue, smooth like glass, and her silver hair floated lightly in the air. Her eyes were closed, and her breathing was faint but steady. She's alive, said Dr. Myers. But weak, Captain Dalton frowned. We don't know who she is or what she wants. Keep her under watch. I'll stay with her, Caleb said quickly. The captain raised an eyebrow, but nodded. Fine. Keep your comms on. Hours passed. Caleb sat by her bedside, watching her chest rise and fall. He couldn't explain it, but something about her felt familiar. Not her face, not her form, but something. Deeper. Something quiet. Then her eyes opened. Silver, glowing, full of confusion. She looked around, breathing fast, her body tensing. Caleb held up his hand slowly. It's okay. You're safe. You're on a human ship. She stared at him, eyes wide, and then spoke in a soft, strange accent. Why are you looking at me like that, human? Caleb blinked. Her voice was smooth. Almost. Like music? I was just making sure you were all right. You were in an escape pod. We rescued you. She looked away, her eyes scanning the room. This is not my world. No, Caleb said gently. We're in neutral space. You were near a wormhole. Do you remember how you got there? She closed her eyes. No, only fire and silence. What's your name? She paused. Sirith. Caleb nodded. I'm Caleb. For the next few days, Sirith stayed in the medical bay. She spoke little, mostly staring out the window or resting. The crew kept their distance. Some whispered that she was dangerous. Others thought she was part of a trap, but Caleb came every day. He brought her simple things, books, music, old photos of Earth. He told her about his life, his love for machines, his dreams of visiting unknown worlds. Sereth listened. Sometimes. She asked small questions. What is snow? What is music? She smiled once when Caleb played a soft tune on his old guitar. One night, Caleb brought her a flower in a glass cup. It's called a daisy, he said. They grow everywhere on Earth. Simple but beautiful. She looked at the flower for a long time. Then she touched it, and a faint light shimmered from her fingers. The daisy glowed for a moment, then returned to normal. What was that? Caleb asked. I don't know, she whispered. I don't remember, but it felt right. Laura later told Caleb that all attempts to contact the Alien Council had failed. It's like someone is blocking us, she said. Blocking us? Why? Maybe they don't want her found. Caleb looked back toward the medical bay. Sirith was sitting on the bed, quietly holding the daisy. He had a strange feeling in his chest, not fear. Something warmer. That evening, the lights in the ship flickered. A sudden plasma leak burst from one of the engine tubes. Caleb rushed to fix it, but the pressure was too high. Before he could move, a wave of force pushed him back. He hit the wall hard, gasping. The hot air burned around him. And then the flames stopped. Sirith stood in front of him, her hand raised. Her eyes glowed brighter than ever, and a shimmering barrier of light surrounded them. "How did you get here?" Caleb coughed. "I felt you were in danger," she said simply. The fire died out. The lights returned to normal. The crew came running, staring in shock. "She has powers," someone whispered. Sereth lowered her hand. The glow faded. She looked at Caleb. "Are you all right?" He nodded slowly. "You saved me." "I owed you," she said. "For what?" "I don't know yet, but I feel it." Rumors spread fast. Some thought she was a weapon. Others said she was royalty. The captain ordered tighter security, but Caleb didn't stay away. Each night, he sat beside her, and each time, her eyes stayed on his face just a little longer. Sarah sat on the edge of the bed in the medical bay, her fingers gently tracing the petals of the daisy Caleb had given her. Her eyes looked far away, like they were searching for something lost. Caleb watched her from across the room, unsure whether to speak or let her stay in silence. "You always bring flowers," she said quietly. "Not always," Caleb replied with a small smile. "Just when I find something beautiful." She looked up at him. "Why do you help me?" "The others are afraid. They whisper when I walk by. They think I'm dangerous." "I don't know everything about you," Caleb said, "but I know you saved my life." "I believe that means something." Sarah said nothing. She turned her gaze back to the flower, her silver eyes dimmed with thought. Caleb walked over and sat beside her. "Do you remember anything else? Anything before the pod?" She closed her eyes. "Sometimes I see fire, ships burning, loud voices, and a name, not mine, someone else, but it fades like smoke." "Maybe it's a piece of your past," Caleb said. "Or a warning," she whispered. That day, Laura called Caleb to the control room. She looked worried. "Every time we try to send a message out about Sereth, something blocks us. Our systems go dark for a few seconds and then reset." "What does that mean?" "It means someone or something doesn't want us talking about her. Maybe it's not just her past that's dangerous," Caleb said. "Maybe it's her future too." In the days that followed, strange things kept happening. Tools vanished from the engineering deck. Doors opened on their own. And twice, the lights in the corridor near Sereth's room blinked for no reason. The crew grew more nervous. Captain Dalton ordered Sereth to stay in a special room, guarded by 2 security officers. "This isn't right," Caleb said. "She hasn't hurt anyone yet," the captain replied. "We have to keep this ship safe." Caleb still visited her every day. Even though she was in a new room, he brought her small things. Drawings from Earth, recordings of birds singing, simple meals she liked. One evening, Caleb showed her a small mechanical bird he had built when he was younger. It was silver, with wings that moved when wound up. "What is it?" she asked, taking it gently in her hand. "A bird," Caleb said. "It doesn't fly, but it tries," she smiled. "Like me." That night, she had another vision. Caleb was sitting beside her, half asleep, when her body began to glow faintly. Her eyes opened wide, and she gasped. "Fire again," she whispered. "But this time, I see more people running, a voice calling my name, and a boy. He has your eyes. He's reaching for me." Was it a memory? I don't know, but it felt real. The next morning, the crew discovered the ship had drifted 2 degrees off course. The navigation logs were wiped clean. No one could explain it. "It happened during the night," Laura told Caleb. "Just after the time Seer had her vision." "Are you saying she caused it?" "I'm saying there's a link. Maybe not on purpose, but something connects her to the ship." Caleb returned to Sereth, his mind full of questions. He found her sitting on the floor, staring at a small screen showing Earth's moon. "You miss your home," he said. "I don't even know if I had one," she replied. He sat beside her. "Maybe this is your second chance. Maybe the universe brought you here for a reason." She looked at him, her expression soft. "Do you always believe in second chances?" "I have to," he said. Without them, we're just drifting. Another day passed. The crew avoided Cirith. Caleb kept visiting. And Cirith kept remembering. One afternoon, as she touched the metal bird again, her hands glowed. Caleb saw it, and the bird's wings moved by themselves. You didn't wind it, did you? No, she said, surprised. I just wanted it to fly. Caleb stared. Your mind did that. I think my feelings did. What does that mean? I don't know, she said, her voice trembling. But I think my emotions are tied to energy. I can move things. Maybe more. Is that why your pod was damaged? Maybe I caused a fire. Maybe they were chasing me because I couldn't control it. Before Caleb could say anything more, an alarm rang through the ship. Incoming vessel, the computer announced. Unknown. Origin, not responding. Caleb ran to the control room. The screen showed a sleek black ship approaching fast. It had no markings. Captain Dalton looked tense. They're scanning us. No message. No signal. What do they want? Maybe her, Laura. Sighed. We can't let them take her, Caleb said. We don't have a choice, the captain replied. If they board us, we'll be outgunned. Caleb didn't wait. He ran back to Cirith's room. We have to hide you. Now, she stood up. They found me. They always find me. Not this time, he said. Come with me. He led her through narrow maintenance tunnels to a hidden storage bay. It was dark and filled with old parts, but quiet. Stay here, he said. I'll come back. No, she said, grabbing his arm. They'll search the ship. They always search. If they find you help me, they'll hurt you. Let them try, he said. She looked into his eyes. You don't even know who I am. Why would you risk this? Because you're not just someone who lost her memory. You're someone who cares, someone who saved me, and someone who needs help now. Her eyes glowed faintly. She stepped closer. I see something in your face. Something from a dream. A promise. What? Kind of promise? I don't know, but it feels old and true. The ship shook. The black vessel had attached itself to the hull. They're here, Caleb said. He left the bay and locked it behind him. He ran back to the bridge. They're trying to force entry, Laura shouted. How much time do we have? Not much. Can we jump? Not without overloading the drive. It's risky. Do it, Captain Dalton said. Caleb braced himself as the ship jumped. Light filled the windows. The engines roared, and then silence. They had escaped. Caleb rushed back to the storage bay. Cirith was sitting on the floor, her head in her hands. It's okay, he said. We made it. She looked up. I remember something else. In the fire, I saw your face. As a child, you were there. What do you mean? You were small. Afraid. I reached out to save you. You promised. You said you'd come back. Caleb froze. I remember that. My father took me on a mission. We met a strange girl in a forest of stars. She saved me. She said goodbye. That was me, Cirith whispered. And in that moment, they both understood. This was not the first time their paths had crossed, and it would not be the last. Caleb stood beside Cirith in the quiet storage bay, his thoughts racing. The words she had spoken echoed in his mind. She had known him as a child. They had met long ago, and now, somehow, fate had brought them together again. Tell me everything. You remember, he asked softly. Sereth took a deep breath. It was a forest under the stars, trees glowing with soft lights. You were small, afraid. There were raiders coming. They attacked your ship. I was hiding. I saw you alone and scared. You reached out. I took your hand. Caleb stared at her. Memory was suddenly clear. You led me to safety. You told me your name, but I forgot it. I promised to find you again. You never came, she whispered. I wanted to, Caleb said. But my father died soon after. I lost the records of the mission. No one believed my story. They said it was just a dream. Not a dream, Cirrus said, stepping closer. It was real. And now they hunt me because of who I am, because of what I can do. Who are they? The ones who attacked your ship long ago. An empire ruthless and powerful. They want me for my power or they want me dead. Caleb nodded slowly. Then we have to keep moving. We have to find a place safe for you. There's nowhere safe, she said quietly. They always find me. We'll find a way, Caleb promised. We have to. Captain Dalton agreed to continue moving through deep space, trying to avoid any further contact. But tensions rose aboard the ship. The crew began to argue about Cirith. Some believed she was leading danger to them. Others thought she might be the only one who could protect them. Caleb stayed close to her, determined to keep his promise. He spent time teaching her simple things about human life, hoping it would calm her mind and help her control her powers. One evening as they sat in the observation deck, Cirith turned to him. Why do humans fight wars? Fear, power, greed, Caleb said softly. Sometimes just misunderstandings. We're not perfect. My people fought wars too, Cirith said. Many died. My parents. They led my people. They wanted peace, but peace did not come. Is that why you ran? Yes, Cirith replied. My family tried to end the war, but our enemies betrayed us. They destroyed my home, my people. I was hidden, sent away in secret. The escape pod was my only chance. Caleb felt sorrow fill his heart. You're the last of your people? I think. So Cirith whispered Dot before Caleb could respond. An alarm sounded once more. Another ship, the computer warned. Approaching rapidly. The black ship from before appeared on the monitors again, larger this time, flanked by two smaller fighters. The captain shouted orders. Crew members ran to their stations. They found us, Caleb said. We need to hide you again. No, Cirith said, standing tall. I cannot hide forever. This must end. Caleb grabbed her arm gently. They will take you. You said yourself they're dangerous. If I don't face them now, they'll never stop. They will hunt me and anyone who helps me. Before, Caleb could argue, a transmission filled the screens. A cold, rough voice spoke. Give us the girl. She belongs to us. Resist, and you will be destroyed. Captain Dalton turned to Cirith. Who are these people? The remnants of the Empire, Cirith answered calmly. They destroyed my people. Now they want me. We can't fight them, the captain said. They're too powerful. I will go, Cirith said. It's the only way. Caleb's eyes widened. No! They'll hurt you. Cirith looked at him gently. I must protect you all. If they take me, you will be safe. Caleb shook his head. There has to be another way. Cirith placed her hand softly on Caleb's cheek. You saved me once. Let me save you now. Captain Dalton nodded. Prepare to open the airlock. Caleb watched helplessly as Cirith stepped forward, preparing herself for surrender. As the enemy fighters moved in, an explosion shook the ship. A third ship suddenly appeared, firing at the attackers. Confusion erupted on the bridge. Who are they? Lavra asked. I don't know, Captain Dalton said. They're attacking our enemies. The battle was fierce. Ships danced and fired in a deadly ballet. Finally, the enemy vessel retreated, damaged and burning. The third ship is hailing. Lost, Lavra announced. Answer them, the captain said. A warm voice spoke clearly. Wanderer, this is the Alliance ship Unity. We detected your distress. We seek Cirith. She is known to us. We can help. Caleb looked at Cirith, confused. Do you know them? The Alliance. We're allies of my people, she said softly. But I thought they were destroyed. The Alliance ship docked carefully, and a delegation boarded the Wanderer. A tall alien man stepped forward, his face gentle. Cirith, he said, bowing slightly. We searched for you for years. Your parents were dear to us. We want to offer protection. Cirith hesitated. Why help me now? Your parents gave their lives. For peace, he replied. We owe them a great debt. You are the key to restoring what was lost. Caleb stepped forward protectively. How do we know you mean no harm? The alien smiled kindly. Because human, our histories are joined. You and Sirith met long ago because our peoples believed in peace and friendship. Your father knew this. Truth. Caleb stared. My father? Yes. He tried to unite our peoples. You were a child, but your father believed strongly in our bond. Sirith turned to Caleb. It's true. Your father wanted peace. He came to our world hoping to help. Caleb felt tears in his eyes. He never told me. He hoped you would follow in his path. The alien said. Sereth touched Caleb's hand softly. Maybe now you can? The Alliance leader stepped forward again. Sirith, will you come with us? Your safety is our first concern. Sirith looked at Caleb. Only if Caleb can come too. The alien nodded. Of course. Your paths were meant to cross. Together, you may finally heal what was broken. Caleb took Sirith's hand firmly. Then we'll go together. As they boarded the Alliance ship, Caleb felt hope fill his heart. This was the start of something greater. A chance to fulfill his father's dream. And beside him, Sirith walked confidently, ready to face whatever came next. For the first time in her life, she no longer felt alone. The Alliance ship Unity traveled quietly through space, its halls calm and peaceful. Sirith and Caleb sat together in a small room looking out the window. Stars passed slowly by, like silent witnesses to their journey. Caleb watched Sirith closely, noticing her thoughtful expression. What are you thinking about? He asked gently. About the past, she replied softly. Your father, the war, everything we've learned. It feels so heavy, Caleb nodded. I still don't fully understand. My father wanted peace, but why didn't he tell me? Sirith touched his hand softly. Maybe he was protecting you. Maybe he hoped you would live a different life. Caleb looked down. I always felt something was missing. Now I think I understand. The door opened softly. The Alliance leader, Commander Talar, stepped in. He had gentle eyes and a calming presence. We've arrived at our base. Here, we hope you will find answers. Sirith stood up, holding Caleb's hand. They followed Talar to the main bridge, where screens showed a large station floating in deep space. It was surrounded by other ships, all bearing Alliance markings. Welcome to Sanctuary, Talar said. This has been our home since the war. It is hidden, protected by technology and secrecy. Here, you are safe. They docked and stepped onto the station. People from various species walked the halls, nodding respectfully to Sirith. Caleb stayed close, amazed by the peaceful interactions. Your parents were greatly loved, Talar said as he led them through bright corridors. They believed in unity and friendship. This place was built on those ideals. They reached a quiet room filled with computers and archives. A woman named Arya waited inside. She smiled warmly. Caleb, Sirith, welcome. We've gathered everything we could find from your past. Caleb felt his heart quicken. Arya activated a screen, and images appeared. Old pictures, documents, and recordings. One video showed a human man speaking gently to an alien couple. Caleb froze. That's my father, he whispered. Sirith squeezed his hand gently. Your father, Arya said softly, worked closely with Sirith's parents. Together, they tried to stop the war. But they were betrayed. Another video showed the same alien couple, Sirith's parents, speaking sadly. Our world is lost, the woman said, but our daughter carries our hope. Protect her. Keep her safe. Sirith stared, eyes wide. My mother, she said softly, tears in her eyes. I barely remember her, Arya continued. Your parents sent you away to save you. The escape pod was your last chance. Your powers were hidden to protect you. Why do they want me now? Sirith asked. Because you're the heir, Arya said. Your presence threatens their control. Your powers could unite the galaxy against them. Caleb stepped closer. then we must find a way to protect her. There is something else, Arya said gently. A recording from the day your father left you, Caleb. Caleb's heart pounded. The screen flickered to life, showing his father's face. My son, his father said softly, if you find us, it means you have discovered the truth. Your life is more important than any war, but if you choose this path, do it with courage. Sirith's people believed in peace. Help her restore it. The video ended. Caleb felt a mix of sadness and pride. I'll honor his wish, Caleb said firmly. Sereth held his hand tightly. We'll do it together, Arya smiled warmly. The galaxy needs your strength, your unity. Together, you can restore hope. The days passed quickly as they learned more about each other and the Alliance. Sirith's powers grew stronger, and Caleb learned about diplomacy and peacekeeping. Sanctuary became their home, filled with friends who believed in the same dream. One evening, Caleb and Sirith walked through the station's garden, where plants from many worlds grew together. Sirith stopped by a tree with silver leaves. My mother loved these, she said softly. They remind me of her. Caleb looked at the tree carefully. It's beautiful, strong and gentle, like you. Sirith smiled softly. You always know what to say. I mean it, he said seriously. We faced so much already, but we're stronger together. Together, she echoed softly. A sudden alarm broke their moment of peace. Commander Talar ran toward them, worry in his eyes. Enemy ships, he said quickly. They found us. They are attacking Sanctuary. Caleb and Sirith rushed to the command room. Screens showed enemy vessels surrounding the station, firing weapons. We must defend this place, Sirith said firmly. But we're outnumbered, Talar replied. Our shields won't last long. Caleb had an idea. What about Sirith's powers? Maybe she can protect us. Sirith nodded bravely. I'll try. She closed her eyes, concentrating. Her body glowed softly, a gentle silver light spreading from her. Outside, a barrier formed around the station, deflecting enemy fire. It's working, Arya shouted. But Sirith shook, her strength fading quickly. It's too much, Caleb said worriedly. I must hold on, she whispered. Struggling. Caleb took her hands, supporting her. You're not alone. I'm here. Strength returned to Sirith as their connection grew. The barrier strengthened, pushing back the enemy ships. After a fierce fight, the attackers retreated. Sirith collapsed into Caleb's arms, exhausted but safe. You did it, he said softly. We did it, she corrected. Smiling weakly. Later, Talar praised their bravery. You saved Sanctuary. Your bond is powerful. Sirith looked at Caleb gently. Our bond is what gives us strength. Talar nodded. Then you both will lead us. Sirith, as heir of your people, and Caleb, as a symbol of unity. Caleb and Sirith shared a look, understanding the responsibility ahead. We accept, Caleb said firmly. The Alliance members cheered, hope shining brightly in their eyes. That night, as they stood again in the garden, Sirith looked deeply into Caleb's eyes. Thank you, she said softly. For what? Caleb asked. For believing in me, for finding me, for staying by my side, she replied. He smiled gently. I promise to find you. I never break my promises. Sirith placed her head softly on his shoulder. And I promise to stay by your side always. In that quiet moment, surrounded by peace, they knew their journey had only begun. But together, they felt ready to face whatever the galaxy might bring next. Sanctuary slowly recovered from the attack. Caleb and Sirith helped rebuild, repairing what had been damaged. Each day, their bond grew stronger, and those around them noticed how deeply connected they had become. One afternoon, while working. In the garden, Arya approached them with concern on her face. We received news, she said softly. The enemy is gathering forces. They won't stop until they take you, Sirith. Sirith looked worried. Then staying here puts everyone in danger. Caleb stepped closer. Maybe we should leave Sanctuary. Find a place where we can confront them without risking others. Arya nodded gently. There is an ancient place, a neutral station. Long ago, your parents negotiated there. Maybe you can find support again, Caleb and Cirith agreed. They knew they had to protect Sanctuary, and the Alliance Commander Talar provided them with a small, fast ship. This vessel will keep you hidden, he assured them. Travel safely. Return when you are ready. Caleb and Cirith thanked everyone, promising to return. As they boarded the ship, Arya hugged Cirith warmly. Be brave, Arya whispered. Your parents will be proud. The small ship left Sanctuary quietly, slipping into the shadows of space. Caleb set the course carefully. Are you scared? Caleb asked softly. A little, Cirith admitted, but I trust you. Together, we can face anything. For several days, they traveled silently, speaking little but feeling comforted by each other's presence. Cirith often sat watching the stars, lost in thought. One evening, Caleb found her deep in concentration. What are you doing? He asked. Gently, practicing, she replied. I must learn to control my powers fully. Caleb sat beside her. Can I help? Cirith smiled softly. Just be here with me. Your presence helps more than you know. They continued practicing, Cirith learning to channel her emotions and powers. With Caleb near, her strength grew rapidly. Soon, they reached the neutral station. It was quiet and ancient place once filled with diplomacy. Now, it seemed forgotten. As they docked, a woman greeted them cautiously. I am Lena, she said gently. We rarely receive visitors. Who are you? My name is Cirith, she replied. This is Caleb. We seek help. Lena's eyes widened in surprise. Cirith? The daughter of the peacekeepers? We thought your people were lost. Cirith nodded slowly. They were. I'm all that remains. Lena invited them inside. The station was mostly empty, quiet halls echoing with memories of the past. Lena explained how she had stayed to protect this place, believing one day it would matter again. We hope it will matter now, Caleb said. We need to gather support to restore peace, but enemies are close, Lena warned. Your arrival will be noticed. Then we must move quickly, Cirith replied firmly. For days, they sent messages to different worlds, requesting help and unity. Slowly, responses came. Old allies who had hidden away promised to stand together once more. But peace did not last long. Lena entered their room late one night, worry clear on her face. Enemy ships are approaching, she said urgently. They found you. Caleb looked determined. We must hold them off. The allies are coming, but we need time. Cirith nodded bravely. I will protect this place. We cannot lose hope. They moved quickly, preparing the station's limited defenses. Cirith concentrated deeply, creating protective barriers around critical areas. The enemy ships arrived, weapons blazing. Caleb helped Lena fight from the control room, directing defensive fire. While Cirith used her powers to shield the station. It was a fierce battle, but slowly, enemy fire broke through. The station shook violently. Lena shouted, We can't hold them back much longer. Cirith struggled, sweat on her forehead, her energy fading. Caleb noticed and quickly ran to her. Cirith, let me help, he said softly, taking her hands. Energy flowed between them, stronger than ever before. Their bond, deepened by trust and care, made Cirith's power grow again. Barriers surged with new strength, pushing back the attackers. At that moment, allied ships arrived, firing at the enemy, forcing them away. The battle ended, leaving the station badly damaged but safe. Cirith leaned weakly against Caleb, smiling faintly. Again, we did it together, she whispered. We always will, Caleb replied gently. The allies entered the station, leaders from various worlds offering their support. Lena, tired but hopeful, stood proudly. Peace can begin again, Lena said firmly. Cirith, Caleb, you brought hope back to us all. Caleb spoke clearly. We must stand united. Cirith carries her parents' dream of peace. Together, we can protect it. Leaders agreed, promising support and friendship. Sereth, moved by their unity, felt pride fill her heart. The allies stayed for several days, making plans to rebuild and strengthen their bonds. During a quiet moment, Sereth and Caleb walked the halls alone. Sereth paused, looking deeply into Caleb's eyes. "Caleb, you have stood by me, believed in me. I cannot imagine doing this without you." Caleb smiled warmly. "I can't imagine being anywhere else." Sereth took a deep breath. "In my culture, there is a vow, a promise made between those who trust each other completely. Will you make this vow with me?" Caleb took her hand gently. "Tell me the words." Sereth smiled softly. "To always protect each other, to face life together, no matter the danger." Caleb nodded firmly. "To always stand by each other, to face the universe as one." Sereth squeezed his hand gently. "Then it is done." They stood quietly, feeling a deep peace. Lena found them soon after, smiling warmly. "The allies are ready to return home. They carry your message of unity and hope." Caleb looked at Sereth. "This is just the beginning." "It is," Sereth agreed. "But together we can face anything." As their friends departed, Sereth and Caleb stood by the window, watching the ships leave. Stars twinkled gently, a silent promise of better days. "Do you ever wish for a simple life?" Sereth asked softly. "Sometimes," Caleb admitted, "but then I remember you. And I know this is exactly where I belong." Sereth rested her head softly on his shoulder, "And I belong here too with you." In the quiet of space, two hearts beat together, stronger than ever before. Their vow was not just words, but a promise to the stars, a bond that would guide them through whatever lay ahead. The station slowly became quiet again after the allies left, each promising to spread the message of peace. Caleb and Sereth worked closely with Lena, repairing the damage done during the battle. Every day felt busy, filled with hope and purpose. Morning, Lena approached Caleb and Sereth while they were repairing a damaged panel. She looked serious. "We received news," Lena began softly. "The enemy has regrouped. They're planning something big." "Something final?" Sereth stood tall, determination clear on her face. "We cannot let them threaten peace again. We must prepare." "But we're still recovering," Caleb said, worried. "Do we have enough support?" Lena nodded. "The allies have promised help. But it will take time. We must hold until they arrive." Caleb took Sereth's hand gently. "Then we'll stand together. We've faced worse. And we survived," Sereth replied softly, smiling at him. They spent days reinforcing the station, improving defenses, and preparing for what might come. Sereth's power continued to grow, becoming stronger and more controlled. One evening, Lena found them again. Enemy ships are heading this way. The final battle is close. Caleb and Sereth looked at each other, calm but serious. They knew what they had to do. "Let's gather everyone," Caleb said firmly. "We must be ready." Soon, alarms rang through the station. The enemy fleet appeared on the screens, larger than ever before. "They're here," Lena said, her voice steady. "We must hold." Caleb and Sereth rushed to their positions. Sereth stood in the central room, her powers ready. Caleb worked with Lena in the command center, directing the station's defenses. The enemy attacked fiercely, explosions lighting the darkness outside. Sereth created powerful barriers, holding back enemy fire, protecting the station, but the enemy was relentless. They pushed harder, their numbers overwhelming. "They're breaking through," Lena shouted urgently. "We need more time." Caleb saw Sereth struggling, her strength slowly fading. He ran quickly to her side. "Sereth, hold on," he said softly. "We can do this together." Sereth looked at him, exhaustion in her eyes but courage in her heart. "I trust you." Together, their connection grew strong again. Power flowed between them, strengthening the barriers, pushing the enemy ships away. Still, enemy forces managed to board the station. Alarms sounded again, warning of intruders. "They're inside," Lena warned. We must defend the central room. Caleb stood protectively in front of Cirith as enemy soldiers entered. They were fierce and ruthless. A fierce fight began. Caleb fought bravely, protecting Cirith and Lena. But one soldier managed to break through, striking Caleb, wounding him badly. "Caleb!" Cirith cried, fear in her voice. Caleb fell to the ground, pain clear on his face. Cirith felt anger and fear surge through her, awakening power she had never felt before. "No!" she shouted, her voice echoing with strength. Energy exploded from her, pushing enemy soldiers away, protecting Caleb and Lena. The power was overwhelming, powerful yet controlled. Cirith stood firmly, glowing brightly, protecting her friends. "Stay away," she said fiercely, her voice commanding. The soldiers hesitated, unsure how to continue. At that moment, Allied ships arrived, firing at the enemy fleet. The enemy, caught between Cirith's power and the Allies' sudden attack, retreated quickly. Cirith fell beside Caleb, gently taking his hand. "Caleb, please, hold on," she whispered softly, tears in her eyes. Caleb smiled weakly, holding her hand tightly. "I'm all right. You saved us." "You saved me first," Cirith said softly. Lena quickly brought help, tending to Caleb's wounds. Cirith stayed close, worried but relieved. As Caleb rested, Cirith spoke quietly to Lena. "I was afraid," Cirith admitted. Softly, "Afraid I would lose him." Lena smiled gently. "Your bond is strong. It protected you both." When Caleb awoke, Cirith was beside him, holding his hand gently. "We won," she said softly. "You're safe." "We won together," Caleb corrected her softly. In the following days, they healed and rebuilt the station once more. Allies visited, expressing gratitude and admiration for their courage and strength. One evening, as the station returned to calm, Cirith stood alone by the window, looking at the stars. Caleb joined her quietly. "What are you thinking?" he asked gently. "About how far we've come," she replied softly. "How much we faced together," Caleb smiled warmly. "We faced it together, and we'll keep doing that." Cirith turned, looking deeply into his eyes. "I want to believe peace is possible." "It is," Caleb said firmly, "as long as we never give up." Cirith nodded, feeling warmth fill her heart. "Thank you, Caleb, for being here, for believing in me." "Always," he replied gently. Lena found them together, smiling warmly. "We have good news," she announced softly. "The enemy is retreating fully. Peace talks are beginning. Your bravery has changed the galaxy." Caleb and Cirith shared a hopeful look, knowing their journey had made a difference. "We can finally rest," Cirith whispered softly. "But we must always stay ready," Caleb reminded her gently. Sereth nodded, understanding his words. "Ready, together." As peace spread across the galaxy, their story inspired others. Cirith's power, combined with Caleb's courage, became a symbol of unity and hope. Together, they traveled to different worlds, sharing their story, strengthening bonds among allies. They returned to Sanctuary often, finding peace among friends. One night, beneath a starry sky, Caleb looked deeply at Cirith. "Do you remember our vow?" "To always protect each other," Cirith replied gently, smiling softly. "To face life together." "We've kept that vow," Caleb said warmly, "and we always will." Cirith placed her head softly on his shoulder. Forever. Under the gentle glow of countless stars, two hearts beat as one, knowing their bond would guide them through whatever came next. Their journey, filled with trials and triumphs, had only made them stronger. Together they had faced the darkest moments and emerged stronger, proving to everyone, including themselves, that unity and love could truly overcome anything.